Okay, so my second video on Terra Preta, and basically the wormery is running out of food. It's only like 3-4 weeks later and the worms are just going for it. It's one of the best worm compost that I've ever seen. And I wouldn't say that lightly. It smells like forest floor. Two weeks ago I even had a look under the microscope and there was actually bacteria feeding nematodes in there as well. Now, first thing I want to do though is show you this wormery. It's like black gold. It smells so amazing. Just come with me. Alright, so I have two wormeries here, and two are always great because then you can just show a sample of each, and this is basically just some coconut fiber that just takes millions of years to break down. This is the second one. This is the Terra Preta one, and they need feeding now as well. So I'm going to feed this one now in a minute, show you how to do that. But first let me take a sample of each, and we need to go back into the sunshine so I can really show it to you because we're here a little bit in the shade. So plenty of worms, just for those of you who think, okay, there's no worms in there and they won't eat the biochar. Well, they're definitely eating it. Come with me. Actually, so it's kind of the wrong way around now because I grabbed it like that. So let me just go like this. No, I'll just go like this. You'll get the idea. Okay, which one looks better? Oh, it's hard to decide. This is good worm compost. This is great worm compost. Now, the second test I'm going to do, and I really wish I had a smellometer on my camera. I really do. It smells sweet. Not like mad sweet. This actually smells like you would want to smell it all day long. Oh my god. So this one here is, of course, visually is more black than this one, and believe me or not, I can't prove it, but this is, you know, it's obvious. And this one also has a lot more critters in it, and also you can see them, all the small little critters maybe. And also this one here is basically, it feels really crumbly. It's not smeary. This one isn't either, but this one feels like silk. I don't know if I can explain it right. Alright, same as before. We need to chop it up a little bit, the cow dung. It's nice and dry now, so that's good. Put that on there. And this was very easily made. This biochar powder, and actually using just a jam jar to roll it and break it up was so easy. Okay, and then just basically turn it gently so that all the dust kind of stays in one piece. And some more. Alright, so the next step is I'm going to put this in here, and basically I'm going to just turn it by hand. But the one thing I'm going to do after two more little steps after this, and this thing is going to grow bacteria within like a day or two anyway. It's going to be like, I've looked under the microscope using these two little things that I'm going to do now in a minute, and you won't believe how much microbes actually grow exponentially in just like 2 days. In this, it's going to be great for the worms, and then I'm going to give it to the worms within that time period, or rather I'm going to put some worms in there and see if they actually stay in there, and if they do, I'm going to feed the worms this stuff. Alright, just stick that in there. Alright, now we come on to the secret ingredient, which is like amazing stuff. It is basically just add a bit of either jaggery or molasses, and of course, because under the microscope you just see how these little critters start growing like massively, like crazy when you add this stuff, and all you need is literally this small amount, maybe that much. Quote watching can, you don't want to give them too much, and then they will start growing exponentially right away, and your worms are going to love it. crazy on this, the bacteria, and then your worms are going to eat the bacteria and then also process a lot of this material. Okay, we'll put some water in there. Okay, first thing we need to do is we need to put in a bit of this sugary, jaggery water. And the biochar in here now and the cow dung is going to soak that up right nicely for us. And once we've done that, all we're going to do is put in our aerobic bacteria. And in this case I have these soil guys, some nice smelling soil. Now we need to get that really moist up a bit. So that's plenty of sugar going in there, or rather jaggery. And molasses works really well too. Alright, so that's the second lot now. And I put in basically 8 liters of water to absorb the lot. Here we go. Let's give it a quick proper mix. Now last but not least, add some microbes to the whole thing. All aerobic microbes, mix it all up, and then tomorrow and the next day I'm going to stir it and check it again every day as well. And as soon as it starts smelling like forest floor or like lots of bacteria in there because they're actinomycetes, then I'm going to start putting the worms in there and see if they actually will be okay. Okay, yet again it is a month later and basically I'm going to do exactly the same thing now, but this time I'm going to take all the compost out and I'm going to put it on one of the beds in order to try it out. If you remember in the last video I mentioned I have 6 different beds. I'm going to try out different ingredients and methods on making Terra Preta, and I have 6 different plots. And once I see that something is working, I might try and replicate it a few times to see if it's actually consistent as well. So I'm going to take out now the actual, all the compost from that I've made already, and then I'm going to separate the worms from the actual compost. I have this lying around for about a day or 2 already, and it's starting to smell sweet. I might wait another 2 days, up to 2 days for the actual bacteria to grow exponentially, and then I can actually feed it to the worms once I've separated most of them out. Now I'm going to give them a holding bed for now, so they'll be fine. This stuff, once you actually put the jaggery in, or the molasses, it's a type of course nutrient that has a lot of minerals in it, so just normal sugar won't do. You need to add something like jaggery or molasses. These guys are going to grow exponentially. It's amazing. I didn't make it so clear early on in the video, but within like 2, 3, 4 days, depending on heat and climate, bacteria will just explode in this mix. As well, cow dung has lactic acid bacteria in there. They all wake up as well. And basically we're going to have a huge amount of bacteria in that substrate, and then the worms just gobble it up. And we want the actual biochar to be digested along with the actual cow dung and kind of combine it all together and do the magic in the gut of the worm. And then we know that some certain chemical processes will have happened, and that's the idea of trying to get this Terra Preta going. Now I hope you don't mind the background music with the chanting and everything. At the moment we have a 17-day festival. It's 4 in the morning to 10 at night. So I don't know, like 20 hours or something like that of chanting, music, all sorts of stuff being blasted out here. We have the Muslim temples, the Hindi temples and the Christian temples all playing music and enjoying themselves. So that's what you're hearing on the background music. Okay, so worm bin is here. And this is now, see how much it's shrunk down? It's just really incredible. And the stuff itself smells really good. And of course, plenty of worms in there as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tip this out. And this is now 2 feeds. What I did is, this was the old, I moved everything down to the front. That was the old stuff. All the worms were in there. Then I put what you just recently saw in the video, at the back. All the worms moved in within a day, and they basically also broke that up really nicely. And because there is nothing for them to eat anymore, again they ate it really quickly. I'm gonna have to feed them now real quick, and I'm gonna use all this stuff now for trying out the actual in the bed to see if it makes great Terra Preta. Sorry wormies, I'm gonna like this. Look at them wormies. There's a ton of worms. Now they're gonna hide really quick. So let me just zoom in there quickly. They're already starting to go in. Alright, so I separated the worms from the actual compost, and there's like tons of worms back in the bin, and now I've left them with a bit of bedding. Gonna put that in now tomorrow probably, and then they're gonna be happy out as well. Now this is the harvest I got from 2 heaps that size, so it's broken down quite considerably as well, just to show you the difference of what you can expect. Also quickly, I'm going to do a garden review video coming up now very soon, next video probably, where I review a gardening course by a buddy of mine, Phil, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so we're going to now go together and stick it into the bed. Right, so here we are, this is it. This bed now is going to get the Terra Preta Worm compost, that's what I'm going to call it. And we're going to stick in that entire bag into this area. If you remember over there, it's not very clear now, that is where we stuck in the first experimental kind of mix. So we'll dig into it now in a minute and see what it's actually done, just for interest's sake. I wonder what he's saying. I'm really curious what he's saying.
He's just reading scriptures.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I suspect. Ask the neighbours.
I don't know how people can stick it. It's right next to those neighbours. They must go mad, like. Such a loud thing. Okay, we have a bit of silence there now from the speakers. I'll talk quickly. We have here, I've done a section down here and here with the spade, so you can actually look into it. Normally with Terra Preta, it should actually, the organic matter, the dark part of the soil should be starting to grow downwardly, making a beautiful soil structure, very rich soil. It's 2.5 months later, and obviously that's only starting to happen a little bit, but it's too early to tell yet. This is then what the actual mulch looks like that I put on top. And as you're adding mulch, that's the thing with this Terra Preta, as you're adding mulch to it, this layer starts growing downwardly. Now in the tropics that doesn't happen. In the west it would happen, but here in the tropics what happens is it just fizzles out, gets placed into the actual canopy and dissipates very quickly because of course the organic matter being gobbled up really quickly. But having the biochar in there and all the kind of chemical reactions, that's the idea of Terra Preta. You should start seeing this downward growth as you're adding the mulch on top. That's what we want to achieve. Okay, so we're going to put on now the actual compost, and I'm using this amount for about 2 square meters, and that's all you need. You need very small amount, and then all I got to do is dig it in to the actual soil. Okay, that concludes the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. There's now the mulch is put on top in about 2-3 months. As I'm getting more and more of this worm compost, Terra Preta compost, I'm just going to stick it on underneath, and then I'm hoping to see within like 6 months to a year actual Terra Preta soils. Would be really great to see if it actually stays in this soil, that actually humic acid doesn't get dissipated, that the organic matter in the compost doesn't disappear, because that's what happens in the tropics with the high humidity. Everything just gobbles it up real quickly, and that's the whole idea of doing this thing here in the tropics, and that's why they did it in the Amazonian basin as well. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I might see you in the next one as well.